Happy St. Swithin's Day to all our listeners. We're here live down at the parade where St. Swithin himself is set to make an appearance any minute now.
Oh, I think I see him. Yes, there he is, riding merrily atop his rain cloud, throwing many barometers to the happy dancing children below.
Just a reminder, because of the parade's extensive and convoluted route, many stores and services will be closed today.
We'll now take the traditional 267 minutes of bagpipes in honor of St. Swithin's Day.
All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to Little Guardsman, where we are tackling level 10 or day 10 or day 3 of the war today. And hopefully we'll be able to survive. Let's see.
I guess there's no letter from Dad today because of the holiday. I hope he's doing okay.
Rats again. Hello?
Come on, give it back already. Stop saying that.
All right, break it up, you two.
Lil, what are you doing here?
I live here. What are you doing here?
I work here. I got a job getting rid of the rats.
There's a lot of rats in here, Lamont.
I'm not very good at it. These rats are pretty smart. This one stole a crystal that I found. No, I found it. Ugh. Lil, can you talk to him or something?
Hey, rat. Meow.
The rat looks at you with an expression that conveys that it is not only embarrassed for you, but for all humans in existence. It moves, revealing a mage-grade crystal.
Hey, he gave it back. Thanks, Lil. Now, shoo, get out of here.
Okay, geez. I have to go to work anyways.
No, not you. The rat. Can you tell Isla and Simon that I won't be able to meet up with them? I have to clear all these rats before this place opens tonight. You might as well take this crystal.
All right, thanks.
I was supposed to meet her at Councilwoman Ash's office.
Okay. Isla at Councilwoman Ash's office. And Simon?
I was supposed to meet him down by the docks.
At the docks, okay.
I don't need luck. I need a foolproof way to get rid of these rats.
Is there anybody else here? No. And I mean, the rats are just going to squeak at me, so... There's a note. Dear whoever reads this note, Garby's Emporium of Wonder will be closed in honor of St. Swithin's Day. Please feel free to take your business to some other establishment in town. Oh wait, there isn't one. I'm the only shop you got. I have you people in a capitalist chokehold. Ah ha ha ha. Store will be open tomorrow at 9 a.m. P.S. If this is Lil, I saw your hooligan friends when I wrote this note, and they've got a shift's worth of crystals if you can track them down. Garby. Okay, so we already got a crystal from Lamont. A shift's worth. So 3. Let's go to Ash's office and then the docks.
Lil? How unexpected.
I could say the same about you. What are you doing in Ash's office?
I'm volunteering as her unpaid intern. My mom said this will fast-track me to get into the Youth Politician Training Program for Two-Faced Cutthroats and Liars, or the YPTPT-FCL. She says it'll help build character.
Yikes. I'm here because I'm supposed to tell you that Lamont won't be able to meet up later. He's, stuck at the office.
Oh, that hard-working lug. He'll be the perfect trophy husband for me. He's so distractingly handsome that it'll both impress and intimidate my opponents.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with that.
Now that you mention it.
Oh, crap.
The YPTPT-FCL does have an entrance exam that I could use your help with. And I've got something from Garby if you do.
Okay.
Okay, what do I have to do?
There are a couple of questions about current and historical affairs that I still need to answer. Here we go. What was the name of the late King Oswin's father?
Artemis?
Okay, question 2. What is the current name of the Goblin Ball Stadium?
The exciting ditch with chairs. It has washrooms.
Great. Question 3. The Crown Prince of Petrard, Phineas Pomp, is the son of...
King Phineas and Queen Buttermilk?
And last one. Mega rock superstar Vlad Extreme plays what kind of instrument?
Was it a guitar or was it a lute? I'm kind of trying to remember. Was it a lute?
Actually, looking over all these questions, I'm pretty sure all these answers are right. I'm a shoo-in for acceptance now. Here, Garby actually gave me 2 of these.
Oh, nice. There he is, the late King Oswin. When will they get around to replacing those with Queen Desdemona? Travis isn't here, but even if he was, would you really want to talk to him?
What a fancy collection of bottles.
A survivor's account of the Marley/Threepwood dynasty. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Dictators.
Thanks, Lil. If you see that hunk of a lug, Lamont, put in a good word for me.
All right there, Isla.
I guess there wasn't anything else for us to look at in here. So let's get going. We'll go to the docks and then to work. Hi there.
Oh, Diddums, my trusty valet, we've been so displaced by the war.
Yes, Mum, we have.
It simply must stop by any means necessary.
The means necessary to stop war must at all times be relentless, Mum.
How true, Diddums. Mark Goblin Twain, correct?
No, Mum, his cousin Egbert.
The sounds of a large family starting their day can be heard through the flaps of the tent.
Hello there, Lil.
Seamus McGoblin, what brings you and your family to the docks?
Oh, we live here now. Things got a bit tight after the war started, so we had to relocate. It's not the prettiest or safest place to live.
But,
No, but this place is awful.
well, at least you're all together, right?
Oh, not so. One of our boys, teeny Tom McGoblin, was lagging behind when we fled, so we had to hurry along without him. He should be arriving in the sprawl any day now. If you're working the gate, would you mind not giving him too much trouble and let him in?
Okay.
Of course, Mr. McGoblin.
Oh, thanks, Lil. You're one of the good ones.
Monkey Island? Or Stotska? We get it. You don't need to literally point to your influences. That's the person we need to talk to, so obviously we'll talk to them last. Now that can't be safe.
Mr. Fantastico! I haven't seen you around for a bit.
My journey for the most fantastic hat took me to the countryside, where I was drafted into the war.
Well, that sucks. But you're back now. Does that mean my dad is back too?
Unfortunately, your father remains at the front lines. I, however, got sent home for wearing too many fantastic hats. Apparently, it was alerting the enemy to our presence.
Well, I'm happy you're home, and that you got to try on some fantastic hats.
But they were not fantastic enough. My journey, it continues. Also, your father gave me this letter to give to you.
Oh, nice.
A letter from Dad.
Dear Lil, thanks for your last letter. I really enjoyed reading it, especially that joke you told. I told it to a couple of guys, who told it to a couple of other guys, who then told it to the captain herself. And they all agreed I wouldn't be allowed to tell jokes anymore. I hope everyone at home is doing well. I forgot that before I left for the war, I owed my bookie some money. I put 30 gold in this envelope so you can pay him back for me. His name is Fredo. This war is tough, but they say there will be a ceasefire on St. Swithin's Day, so that's something to look forward to. But what's really keeping me going through the darkest moments is the thought of getting back to you. I love you, Lil. Please write back soon. Love, Dad.
Aww.
I better write back to him. Hey, Mr. Capello, do you have a pen and paper on you? Fantastic or otherwise?
Of course, child.
Dad got a little mushy at the end of that last one. How should I respond?
Play it tough or write a mushy letter. I mean, play it tough? Lil will write a letter that suggests everything is going great in order to make her father feel better. Are you sure? Yep.
Hey, Mr. Capello, do you think you could mail this letter for me, fantastically or otherwise?
Of course, child. I will search for a stamp for your letter that is so fantastic that it stops the postman in his tracks and makes him cry to the heavens, "Wow! Now that is one fantastic stamp!"
Or, whatever's the cheapest.
Yeah, a stamp that is too fantastic seems kind of counterproductive. I mean, we don't want the postman to stop. We want them to deliver the mail.
Step right up, folks, and take your turn at being a winner. Find the queen and uncover a royal prize. How about you, young lady? Care to be a winner?
Simon, it's me, Lil. Lamont says he's stuck at work and won't be able to meet up with you.
Hey, Uncle Fredo, she's made me. What do I do?
Just play it cool and act like you've never seen her before.
Sorry, ma'am, who I'm gonna act like I've never seen before. Would you care to play a game that's almost guaranteed to make you a winner? My mom got drafted to the front lines. Until she gets back, I've been staying with my Uncle Fredo. We kind of move all over, running different con games.
Never admit you're running a con.
I've got something from Garby for you, but I can't just give them to you. You'll have to play for them.
All right, all right.
All right, what's the hustle?
It's not a scam at all, ma'am. All you need to do is find the queen. She's one of the 3 cards you see in front of you. Just keep your eye on the prize. Where's the queen?
I did not manage to keep my eye on it.
You didn't win the jackpot, but here's a consolation prize.
Aww.
There's no consolation prizes in a con game?
Since I'm stuck here, could you be a pal and make sure Isla knows about Lamont not showing up? She's gonna be crushed.
Well, we kind of already did that.
Wanna play again? This time it'll cost you 10 gold.
No thanks.
Well, come back if you change your mind.
Do I want to go back and see Lamont? Say hello from his friends for him. See how he's getting on with the rats. Sure. Oh, I can't.
I was supposed to meet her at Councilwoman.
Yeah, okay.
I don't need luck. I need a foolproof way to get rid of these rats.
All right. So the rats are still going to just squeak, right? They don't actually talk.
Don't listen to a word he says.
Hey. Yeah, just squeak.
Squeak.
Wait, did you just say the word squeak?
Okay. Well. None of these other ones is doing anything suspicious.
Don't listen to a word he says.
They're just, squeaking normally. Oh well. Let's get back to work, I guess. Or, to work. Not exactly back to work since we haven't been there yet today. Should we go visit the other... Let's go visit the other locations as well, just in case. What's going on at the dig site? I mean, there may be something going on here.
Lil, it's good that you're here. Wait, tell me, are we having this conversation for the first time? Second? Are we stuck in a loop?
We are not stuck in a time loop. I don't mess with the chronometer after hours. I'm frightened enough of being sent back in time or forward in space or whatever, using it at the guard shed.
I'm glad to hear it. The readings I've been receiving from the device have been outside of my comfort zone. Not to mention the fact that those mages seem hell-bent on manufacturing another one.
What is with those mages? It seems like for every lovable stoner like Echo, there's 3 spooks like Tyronius these days.
That's an extremely perceptive observation. You're working the night shift again tonight, correct? I'd like to requisition an upgrade for one of your tools. Which one would you like me to upgrade?
Oh, cool. I think we've got 3 slots on every one of these right now. So let's upgrade the truth spray some more. Or the decoder ring, or... Maybe the decoder ring.
It is done.
Gee, thanks. That's awesome.
I just hope it's not too little too late considering what we're up against.
What does that mean?
Just stay focused on the task at hand. That's all any of us can do.
That's still pretty vague.
I'm just trying to get us through this in one piece.
Fine, don't tell me.
Goodbye, Lil.
Goodbye, Dr. B.
Okay. Does Malcolm have anything important to say before we start our shift? No response. Okay. Well, let's go and start our shift. Yeah, I think we've been everywhere. Second edition of the Monster Manual, Forest Entities. I think we've already read this. Weaknesses, fire and the woodcutter's axe, and poorly administered town hall meetings, alignment to neutral. And you should always use the decoder ring on one of these. And then we've got ghosts. Wow, no such thing. Weaknesses, being make-believe. Lycanthropes. Weaknesses, silver and the rising sun. Yeah, nothing new here either. Mole people. Weaknesses, daylight, non-fatal. Okay. Nothing new here either. Necromancer. Weakness, the ego. Seeing the error of their ways. Okay. So if we can manage to convince a necromancer to see the error of their ways, then that'll be great. Vampire, weakness, sunlight, garlic, counting bags of small grains, and wooden stakes. Witches, that's new. Weaknesses, water and fire. Very good or very bad. Though they are rare and often indistinguishable from regular folk, it is possible to encounter a witch whilst on guard duty. There are tests that can be done to confirm whether they are or are not a witch. For example, if the suspected witch weighs the same as a duck, it confirms they are made of wood and therefore a witch. What? Made of wood? Oh, okay. In practical terms, witches are not so different from regular folk. However, beware ulterior motives. They often have a plan on the go, and their moral compasses have the tendency to be, differently calibrated. Okay. Zombies. Weaknesses, no match for a fast walker. Look, the only zombies we have around here are the old-timey, slow-moving ones, thank God. Treat them like sheep, herd them around where you need them. They are relatively harmless. Okay. Right, so crystal assignment. I think we can fill these babies up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got 2 extra crystals remaining as well. All right, let's begin.
Why, hello, my dear. I'm just coming home from a long night tending the apple orchards. It's almost harvest season, and it couldn't come at a better time with the food shortage. Will you let me pass?
I mean, I've got the fire throwing thing, but I kinda don't want to use it unnecessarily.
I've got the first apples of what looks to be a very fruitful harvest. Tee-hee! Just a little gardening humor, dear. I'm using them to make a delicious pie. It's my absolute favorite recipe from my absolute favorite cookbook. See?
Apples.
I don't see how it could be a fruitful harvest this year. There's a war raging outside our walls. That can't have a positive impact on the orchards.
No, dear, you're right. The orchards were a bit sad. But still, a few good apples, and we should be able to make pies for every grown-up in the sprawl.
Wanna show me that cookbook again? What? What? Usually, when I've used the decoder ring, I've been able to get to read whatever texts the people have had on them. Like, for example, I was expecting to be able to get another look at the book she had by using the decoder ring. The apple thing is kind of worrying because that kind of puts me in mind of Snow White. And does this witch want to like put all of our people to sleep or like kill them using the apple pies? So that was weird. Yeah, the apples are kind of suspicious to me. Do I want to use the, this is a kind of an aggressive solution though. Apparently I can't even use it here. Okay then. Truth spray? I don't have any fire or water. Let's see.
With all of these candies wrapped in foil, I can fatten up the children of the sprawl. Then, with these delicious magical apples, I'll put the fat little piggies to sleep and bake them into delicious pies.
I'm not letting you in.
But my plans! My glorious, glorious plans! And my delicious pie!
You'll just have to take it somewhere else, sister.
All right, but before I go,
Uh-oh.
I'll share a secret with you. This is no ordinary apple. It's a magic wishing apple.
Wishing apple?
Yes, one bite and all your wishes come true. Would you like to take it?
I mean, I don't think it's a wishing apple. I think it's a sleeping apple. But if I confiscate it, I may be able to use it later.
Sure, give me the apple.
All right, dear. But don't eat it until you...
Huh?
Oh dear. Night-night, my darling.
I didn't mean to do that. Upon eating the bewitched apple, Little lost consciousness and died.
Why, hello, my dear. I'm just coming home from a long night tending the apple orchards. It's almost harvest season and it couldn't come.
Well, At least we now know to not use the decoder ring here.
I've got the first apples of what looks to be a very fruitful harvest. I'm using them to make a delicious pie.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking I might get a look at the recipes if I use the decoder ring, but I guess not.
I don't see how it could be a fruitful harvest this year.
No, dear, you're right.
I don't mean to be rude, but are you a witch?
Oh, oh, my dear, it's not rude at all. Of course I'm a witch. It would be rather dangerous being out all alone if I wasn't a witch, wouldn't it? Most people just assume I'm a witch, but it's nice to be asked.
No way. You don't look like a witch.
What does a witch look like then?
I don't know. I've never met a witch before.
Haven't you? I wouldn't be so sure. You may have known a witch all your life and just not known it.
Well, the truth spray worked well.
With all of these candies wrapped in foil, Then with these delicious magical apples,
And we're denying her entry. And we're not going to take the apple. I thought it would just go into our inventory.
But my plans! My glorious, glorious plans!
You'll just have to take it somewhere else, sister.
All right, but before I go, I'll share a secret with you.
Wishing apple?
Yes, one bite and all.
No thanks.
No thanks. I've got this thing about taking food from strangers.
What a clever little girl you are.
Which? Meat pies made out of kids. Well, that's a Kinder surprise. You figured out her dastardly plan and did the right thing.
It is the same little Guardsman who admitted Scary Tree Monster in our previous encounter. I am here today to attend a meeting at your puny and horribly decorated city hall.
Okay. What kind of a meeting?
I was successful in my bid to represent the constituents of Darkwood Forest on the outskirts of Kaladar. You are now looking at me, Scary Tree Monster. I ran unopposed and threatened to stomp and thwomp any who entered the race against me. It was a landslide.
Nice.
No wonder you ran unopposed. I wouldn't want to get stomped and or thwomped either.
Smart kid. In my new capacity as an elected official, I have been in communication with Councilwoman Ash and Lieutenant Stryker.
Okay. So far, so good.
They each have plans to use my newfound political capital to achieve their goals. So many options for Mayor Scary Tree Monster.
Ooh.
You're telling me that two of the royal advisors want a meeting with a tree monster mayor who won his campaign by threatening to stomp on any opposition?
Stomp and thwomp, yes.
Should we see about using the decoder ring? We've kind of already used it. And, I mean, he is trustworthy.
You are wasting my precious time, tiny human gatekeeper. I should stomp and thwomp you. If this is the way the sprawl treats visiting dignitaries, it is no wonder you have made such powerful enemies. I will go and lend my political and physical might to their cause against you.
Uh-oh. Don't do that. Aww. I'm gonna rewind. Unlike his aunt cousins, scary tree monsters don't have all day. He will lend his signature stomping and thwomping to the enemy thanks to your indecision. No. We'll restart from here. I'm doing really bad today.
I am here today to attend a meeting at...
Okay.
I was successful in my bid to represent the constituents of Darkwood Forest on... You are now looking at me, scary tree monster.
No wonder you ran unopposed. I wouldn't want to get stomped and or thwomped either.
Smart kid. In my new capacity as an elected official, I have been in communication with Councilwoman S. They each have plans to use my newfound political capital to achieve their goals.
Okay.
Wow, you've been busy. Making connections and getting to know all the people? Sounds exciting.
Yes. It has been quite an adjustment for Scary Tree Monster, but I am doing my best. It is quite stressful, though.
Aww. Well, I'll let you in.
Mayor Scary Tree Monster humbly accepts entry into the sprawl.
Oh, well, that's very nice to hear.
To stomp and thwomp any who oppose his demands.
Oops. Scary tree monster. You admitted the former terrifying tree creature turned public servant. Good call. Otherwise, you would have been stomped and thwomped. Good enough? Okay.
Can I see your papers, please? I didn't think that would work.
So we can't exactly talk to them. We should probably deny them entry, right? Striker?
Zombies, eh? Not much use on the defensive front. They aren't as dangerous as they seem, you know. But if you send them away, it could act as a roadblock to tie up any enemy units looking to attack the walls head on. Deny them. Nicely, please.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, you can't come in today. They're wandering off. Bye, zombies!
Zombies. Lieutenant Striker created an effective human roadblock with these zombies. An enemy broke his toe on a stray femur. Congratulations, zombies.
Oh, hi. You must be Lil. I was told to come to these gates so that I could be looked after by you. I'll be heading in now unless you need something else from me.
So, who told you to come see me?
Aw, geez. It's kind of a top secret project I'm working on. I don't think I should say much more about it. It's on the up and up, but I'm afraid it's also pretty hush-hush.
Oh, is it the tunnel project?
Name and species?
Always the same. Poxitani Polly, mole person.
Let me just turn to mole person in the good old monster manual.
I am not a monster. I am a person. A mole person. If you prick us, do we not bleed? Well, that's a bad example. We don't bleed easily. Mole people have exceptionally fast healing, but that's pseudoscience for another impassioned speech. I am not a monster, and I do not care to be labeled as such. With that, I shall take my leave. Goodbye.
Uh-oh. You committed a microaggression against mole people, and he rightly told you off. You shouldn't feel great about that. Yeah, I'm going to rewind. Yes. I know we probably don't have very many uses of this left, but I think it'll be worth it.
Oh, hi. You must...
So, who told you to come see me?
Aw, geez. It's kind of a top secret project I'm...
Top secret? Whoa. And they sent you straight to me, eh? Yep, that sounds about right. I'm kind of the best guardsman on the force these days.
That's not what I was told.
What were you told?
I was told that you were trustworthy if a bit... Well, that's not important. I was told you were trustworthy.
Okay. Let me just confirm that you're actually working on a hush-hush project. Ash or Striker? I guess Striker.
Ah, good. Puxatawny Polly found his way to you. I knew you were the right guard for this assignment. Do not delay him. He's got a very important mission to attend to. Let him in and forget you ever saw him.
Alright, will do.
I'll be off to take care of this top secret assignment. Thanks, kid. I knew I was right to come to your gate.
Mole person, you let in this specialist equipped with his tool. There was more to his plan, but it was top secret after all.
Hello.
Hi.
Holy hell! You are actually a nightmare come to life.
Is it the belt?
What? No.
Is it the knife and the hockey mask?
And the knife glove. Yes.
Are you sure it's not the belt? Because I have a big job interview today, and I don't want anything to ruin it.
It's not the belt. So, what's your name?
Greaves. First name, Stabatha.
Stabatha Greaves. Terrifying figure of utter horror. I do not have you on my list.
Oh, they don't know I'm coming.
And you said you had a job interview today in the sprawl?
Well, not in the sprawl, but cutting through would save me some travel time. I'm headed to the outdoor wilderness camp at Lake Scream and Die. I'm applying to be a camp counselor. Well, reapplying.
Do you think you're, dressed appropriately to be a camp counselor?
It is the belt, isn't it?
It's not the belt.
Because I got it as a gift, and I'm only wearing it because I feel obligated.
Can we assume that anything I talk about in the future is 100% not belt related?
We can try.
All right. Should we confiscate her weapons or something? I feel like we probably shouldn't let her in. I feel like there may be a lot of bad stuff happening at that camp if we let her into her interview, and also a lot of bad stuff happening in the sprawl because of the remark about cutting through the sprawl on her way. Should we just deny her entry, or... She is kind of carrying all of her weapons out in the open, so I don't think the metal detector or the X-ray would do much. I think I'm probably just going to deny her entry. I kind of don't want her to cut through anything in the sprawl.
Now, Stabitha, promise you're not gonna murder me.
I can't promise that.
But I'm not gonna let you in.
I understand. You're just doing your job. I guess I'm taking the long way to Lake Scream and Die. If I don't get the job because I was running late, I'll come back and tell you all about it.
Oh God, what have I done?
Sorry, I forgot I cut your phone line and didn't fix it. I'd hate to leave you vulnerable.
That's very considerate of you, Stabitha.
Sure you don't want to change your mind about letting me in?
Nope.
No, I really don't think I should let you in.
Okay, I admire your conviction.
Okay, thank you, Stabitha.
Stabitha, you bought a handful of horny teenagers a few days before being cut apart by a deranged psycho corpse lady. Was there a way you could have saved them? What, by putting her in jail? I'm not going to rewind that. 3 stars is good enough for me.
We got a call there may or may not be something strange going on in your general vicinity.
Okay.
Who are you now?
Ghost finders.
Ghost finders? So what, you find ghosts?
That's right.
People call us when they suspect some paranormal activities. We come in and we find out what's what.
Whoa, that's cool, I guess. I always heard that ghosts don't exist.
That is what all the experts say.
And the scholars.
And the historians.
and just about everyone else around the sprawl. But are you sure they don't?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
But not 100%?
Well, not 100.
Boom, Ghost Finders at your service.
Truth spray?
It's common knowledge that there's no such thing as ghosts, but people will pay a pretty penny to commune with their lost loved ones. If we provide a bit of comfort to people in need, what's the harm?
Especially if they've happened to prepare a little dinner as well, maybe some finger foods. Hard to get a proper home-cooked meal these days, and typically there's some food to go around after a death.
Okay, so basically harmless. Striker, Ash, Malcolm. Who should we, Striker?
Ghosts? Come on, Lil. I thought you were more clever than that. You know as well as I do that ghosts do not exist.
Yeah, I wasn't calling about that. I was calling whether to let these guys in or not.
If these charlatans think they are going to use any of our resources, they've got another thing coming. I don't care if you send them away or send them to the dungeon for lying to a guardsman, just don't let them in.
Well, I mean, they're not exactly doing any harm, as long as they're not, taking the last pennies from poor people. So I'm just going to deny them. I'm not going to send them to jail.
I guess we'll have to take our equipment elsewhere. And remember, kid, if there's something strange and it don't look good...
Just go already.
Ghost Finders!
The Ghost Finders. You ain't afraid of no ghosts. And you don't put up with con artists either. Good for you. But are you 100% sure that ghosts don't exist? I mean, we did use the truth spray.
It is imperative that you invite me in. The sun is coming up.
I mean... Weren't you, pretty okay for a vampire? I think?
After our last interaction, the one where you wasted my evening counting that infernal bag of rice, I met my lovely bride, Myrna, who now waits for me with a group of our close friends and family to tie the knot in the vampire crypt. Please, invite me in for eternal love's sake.
Okay.
Don't make me regret this, Heinrich. I invite you into the sprawl to get creepy married.
You have just completely redeemed yourself, Lil. My love, I'm coming.
Alright, I'm good with that. 20 gold is just fine. Okay, only one place left for us to go, and that is back home. Uh-oh. Those faces do not look very happy.
Let me guess. We're finally gonna have the best friend taco party I've been dreaming about since level 5.
Excuse me, what?
You're not a part of this, Chuck.
Lil, I have something important to discuss with you.
Uh-oh.
Desi, I know we talked about this, but are you sure? Lil's done a lot for us.
I am not having this conversation again. It is entirely inappropriate what you've been put through. That is why tomorrow will be your last guard shift.
But we're at war. I've been doing a good job, I think. I feel like in lots of little ways I've been, I don't know, changing the course of fate.
Desi, sure, she's a kid. And no, it's probably not fair, but she's proven she's more than meets the eye plenty of times. You were the reason I asked her to uncover the spy in the GLA.
True as that may be, it's time she was relieved of her duty.
Where is all of this coming from? I thought we were, friends.
Maybe I should have asked about her necklace, because it is different. And maybe it is somehow manipulating her.
Friends! With you? Someone who has been acting in her own self-interest against the crown? Tyronius has told me the true nature of your character.
I should have asked about the necklace, right?
Tyronius? He's nuts! And he gives off real main villain energy. Why would you believe anything that creepy ghoul factory has to say?
Because he has accepted the role as my advisor.
He's your 4th advisor?
4th, and perhaps only, if the other 3 remain so utterly useless.
You're gonna fire Stryker? I mean, I get Shit Cannon Ash and Malcolm, but don't you think it's better to, have multiple opinions when it comes to big decisions?
Not anymore. And neither does Tyronius. He also thinks it is time for this little game to be over.
These don't sound like your words.
She's right, honey. They don't.
Listen to me. I have made my decision. Tomorrow will be your final shift. We will not suffer those who speak against the Queen of the Sprawl.
Desdemona, listen to yourself.
I will not be spoken to like that by a filthy... I'm sorry. I'm under so much pressure. I need to lie down. I don't feel quite like myself right now. Lil, I'm sorry, but it's almost time for the end. Chuck, take me home.
This doesn't make any sense. I have worked my ass off for you and the Bloody Sprawl, not to mention the idiot triplet advisors, and now you're following that Tyronius asshole's advice? Fine. I quit.
You can't quit. You were already relieved of duty.
This sucks.
I'm sorry, Lil. I'll try to talk to her. Good night.
We need to get that necklace off her. I'm sure the necklace is some kind of trick from Tyronius or something that is now controlling the princess. Well, let's see what happened to these people then. Lil had foiled Brunhilde, the morally questionable's, to say the least, plan to fatten the children of the Sprawl with candy and then bake them into pies. The witch left in a huff. She took a hard look at her scheme and really thought about why people were so often disgusted at the idea of eating pies made out of children. So she pivoted and created a line of vegan apple pies. After months of tweaking her recipe to perfection, she baked some of the most incredible pies you've ever tasted. She made the cover of the Sprawl Tattler newspaper, was declared Best New Restaurant, and there was much rejoicing. Nice. Scary tree monster. Mayor's scary tree monster arrived at the Sprawl's City Hall just as the other councillors were voting on a controversial new bill. A bill that included, among other things, plans to cut down his Darkwood forest on the outskirts of Kaladar. There was no way Mayor Scary Tree Monster was going to let them cut down his home. He immediately halted the vote and commenced with what witnesses called the most drawn-out and confusing filibuster speech they had ever heard. Sure, Mayor Scary Tree Monster didn't speak as slowly as some of his aunt cousins, but he knew how to take his time when he needed to. The filibuster worked, the vote was rejected, and the bill did not pass. This was the highlight of Mayor Scary Tree Monster's political career. No longer would the denizens of the forest need to worry about the use Darkwood forest lumber to build orphanages for sick and injured children separated from their parents by the war and help them get their parents back. Bill. Not anymore. Zombies. Sent out as cannon fodder by Lieutenant Stryker, which bought precious time for the citizens of the Sprawl, the zombies were eventually hacked to pieces by the enemy forces surrounding the castle walls. Later, a ceremony was held and a rock was placed on the site of the brave zombie massacre in recognition of their sacrifice. As the years went by, people forgot exactly which rock it was that commemorated this act, and eventually they forgot that it happened altogether. Mole Person. With the arrival of Pakshutoni Polly, the build a secret tunnel to get to supplies from the outside plan could officially get underway. The project was completed in record time, with team leader Polly attributing the plan's great success to his trusty shovel. For the first time in months, substantial amounts of food made its way into the Sprawl. Nice. Stabitha. Stabitha Greaves arrived at the camp at Lake Scream and Die just after nightfall. All the campers were asleep in their cabins, and the councillors were gathered down by the water for an end-of-summer bash. Over a roaring bonfire, the councillors went around the circle, playing guitar and singing, and talking about their favorite memories from the summer. Some of them mentioned the outdoor games, others mentioned hooking up with other councillors, and one person even mentioned enjoying the camp food, yuck, but not one of them mentioned what happened to Stabitha. It seemed to Stabitha, concealed in the bushes, that they had really enjoyed themselves the night that she died. How they laughed when they tormented and teased her, until she couldn't take any more of their laughing and ran out into the darkness, fell off of a cliff and down onto the rocks at the bottom of the quarry. Oh, how she screamed out for help, for anyone to help, but no one could hear her because they were all too busy laughing. As the fire died down and the sound of the last poorly played guitar chord hung in the air, Stabitha Greaves emerged from the bushes and ran towards the terrified group of camp councillors. One by one she hunted them down and picked them off as they screamed in terror. Screaming was all anyone could hear, except of course for Stabitha. She was too busy laughing to notice. Needless to say, she didn't make it all the way through the 90-day probation period and didn't get the camp counselor job. The Ghost Finders. Denied entry to the Sprawl and missing their appointment with the Queen, the Ghost Finders continued to scam the feeble-minded, especially being able to claim Queen Desdemona as a client. This gave their business a big boost, and they've been in very high demand ever since. To this day, they have still not seen a single ghost, but their merchandise is top-notch, as is their catchy theme song. Count Heinrich von Peyer. Count Heinrich von Peyer's wedding started beautifully until that pesky Van Helsing showed up and killed the obvious vampire just before sunrise, which would have been the most romantic part of the ceremony. On the plus side, Myrna Herkin was freed from the Count's curse and control, and eventually rekindled a romance with her old fling Jonathan. They got married and had a son named Quincy. They were a very boring family. The Sprawl lost one of its best chiropractors that night. Rest in peace, Heinrich. You were too beautiful for this world. Aww.
And the already spread-thin guard force is calling it the worst night of, and I quote, creepy shit they've ever seen on St. Swithin's Day. And that's saying a lot. So if you see any of the few guards trying their darndest to keep things together inside our fair city walls, just go up and give them a hug, because Po Buddy's nerfed. I'm sorry, there appears to be a typo in that last statement. You're listening to the Morning Crawl, where we won't be playing any of today's top hit music because we will be keeping all frequencies clear in the event of an emergency broadcast. This is Dodger, signing off alone because all of my animal co-hosts were turned into food rations.
Aw, poor Dodger. Well, in the next episode, we'll tackle level 11 and see whether or not we can free Queen Desdemona from whatever force is controlling her. It's gotta be the necklace, right? Well, anyway, for now, thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.